Alright, ladies and gentlemen, just a few more minutes until we get things started. Looks like Cytoplasm is currently warming up. GL Snute is in the building. And we're going to get this King of the Hill show match underway momentarily. currently working on the veto situation. We're going to get this thing started here in just a couple of minutes, folks, so stay tuned.
What we're going to do right here is go back, way back.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get this show on the road. It is going to be awesome back and forth action here between Cytoplasm and GL Snute for today's Money Talks. I got to go over there and say what's up right now to the casters who are joining us today. I'm going to turn up the volume there for them. What is going down, Mr. Addicted?
What's up, man? Just waiting for the video to finish. It's nearly done. There's only a couple of maps left for both players to get rid of, and then we can start it.
Well, awesome, man. I'm absolutely stoked for it. It's going to be a ZVZ. It's going to be Snute against Cytoplasm. It's also going to be Sweden against Norway, man. So lots of things going on here. And also AI against GL. What else can we add up to this, you know, versus type situation? Well,
with Daybreak, we can say that Daybreak is the first map, and
sweet.
I'll set that up.
All right, man. Sounds good. What's up, Forrester? How you doing, sir?
Yo, 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 yo! Going away again. You're on the US. I'm
so
here
far
on the. I'm in here in the middle of nowhere. That's how it goes, apparently.
It is. Yeah, if you guys want to pop out the IRC chat that you can find out there on the Justin TV page, you can do so at www.IMBA.tv. You'll see a pop-out chat link right underneath the stream. Now it looks like the map is up. Daybreak is going to be that map. Me and Addicted are going to be taking this one away. And I got to ask you, Addicted, how are you feeling, sir? I mean, it's going to be ZVZ and Snute against Cytoplasm. I mean, what else could you want?
Well, this is ZVZ, and I reckon this is going to be one of the best ZVZs IMBAtv ever witnessed.
You think so?
How about
huh?
that? Yeah, I'm saying it, man.
Well, why don't you go ahead and, hold on, I'm going to ask them, 1 minute, please. Why don't you go ahead and talk about what's happened in the King of the Hills, what's gone down. I'm going to go ahead and change the music to something not so abrupt, so that we can actually talk over it. So, Addicted, man, what is the King of the Hill, what is this King of the Hill, Money Talk season?
King of the Hill is an event set up by IMBAtv and sponsored by Twitch TV, where we put together some of the best players. We have 3 players from each race starting in the event, and then the fans have to vote which players they want to see to battle it out. And after week 1, the person who won week 1 of the event is the King of the Hill, as the event is called, and that guy will then continue on to fight if he wants to get more money, or if he wants to, he can just quit the tournament and then we have to vote again. But if he continues, then the fans once again votes for a new player to challenge him for the honor to be the King of the Hill and then it continues on until the end. And until that end comes, we have to determine who the best player is. And right now is week 3 of the event. Cytoplasm has won his first challenge, was against Bling. Now he's facing GL Snute, and it's going to be a best of 7 series. And the veto's already finished. Like we can see, we're already in the lobby.
That's right. So it looks like Cytoplasm up to try to win $200 on this bout here. He was able to take down Dignitas Bling last week. Bling went on to 2 weeks, and you know what, man? It's a gamble, okay? It's a I feel bad, but that we can't just give all the money away. But it's a gamble, man. You come for the second week, you lose the second week, you lose all your money, and and the $100 carries over to the next person for the next week. So very, very cool stuff. Let's see how this is going to go down. It's going to be a best of 7 ZVZ matchup. GL Snute against Cytoplasm. Daybreak is going to be the map, like we mentioned. I think we're ready to go. And Cytoplasm trying to seduce GL Snute here. So let's get this going before anything else goes on. Before Snute takes Cytoplasm out on another date like he did at the WCG. Oh, man. Looks like the countdown has begun. Addicted. Let's do it to it, man. You're going to be bringing the intro for game number 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls in Bologna, is like, welcome to our King of the Hill event. This is Money Talks, and we have our first game of today's best of 7 series between GL Snute and Cytoplasm. It is going to be on GSO's Daybreak. This is our first match and our first map. The spawning positions have set places. We have at the top Cytoplasm from Team Alien Invasion. He is the purple Zerg player. And our current winner of the event, he is the one who continues on to fight week after week. Now to do that, he has to beat his opponent, who is spawned at the bottom, the red Zerg player, GL Snute, the challenger. And thus you joining me, it's a ZVZ, one of your favorite, well, your favorite race since StarCraft 2. And are you enjoying the ZVZ so far?
All right,
I mean,
you know what, man? It's my favorite race, but the worst matchup I've ever had in my life. So we don't need to bring up personal strengths on this one, okay? No. I am abso-freaking-lutely looking forward to this one, man. I'm so stoked. I could not get much sleep all night last night just anticipating this King of the Hill Money Talk series. I hope everybody out there is enjoying it as well as we get things going on. I mean, this is game number 1, so we are just getting off the road here. Now, my question is, I mean, is it going to be one of those quick action-packed Zergling versus Baneling? Because we've seen so many different tactics. I mean, there's the 14, you stop droning at 14, you get your Baneling nest, and you just continue to aggress and harass. I'm wondering if it's going to come down to that, or if we're actually going to see some decent, excellent macro games.
I don't know, man. I mean, if you remember yesterday, we saw GL Snute play on this map specifically at ZVZ, and he won against Forsen. So he must feel really confident in this matchup, on this match specifically, and it was a macro ZVZ as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if GL Snute goes for that macro-oriented game. And by the looks of it, Cytoplasm is going for it as well, because look, he goes expansion first. Feeling pretty safe and secure in game number 1 of this best of 7, laying down with the 15 expand, and are we going to see that 16 pool, 17 extractor build? I absolutely hope so. It looks like we are. Yes, absolutely it is. You know, it's a great build, man. It's going to allow him to transition into whatever he wants later in the game. As well as we take a look at Snute. Snute's building towards this this early aggression play. I mean, he's got the pull down. He already laid down the extractor. He's going to go for the speed. If he goes for the speedling, you know, the speedling expand, he can do so. But it looks like he's just going to go ahead and get that queen out, get the metabolic speed boost on the way down. If we see that Baneling nest, then we know that Snute is going to go for that quick action. I wouldn't be surprised if he does. I mean, I've seen Snute play many ZVZs, and he really loves to go for that gas and for that spawning pool real quick before an expansion, and then he can put on a lot of aggression on his opponent with some Zerglings and then transition into Baneling. So I totally wouldn't be surprised. And Snute now laying down his own expansion, and it will be late compared to Cytoplasm's, but Snute is going to get that metabolic speed boost a lot quicker, and that will be a big advantage for him. Cytoplasm has still not decided to research that because he doesn't have enough gas to do so, but it should be interesting to see how quickly he's going to go for it once he gets 100 gas, because not every Zerg decides to go for the metabolic speed boost after they have enough income to do so.
Absolutely right, and it looks like we do see that Baneling Nest now coming down from Cytoplasm. He's going to be able to defend against any Zergling trickery, and we've got the Baneling Nest also come down from Snute with the expansion from him, so it looks like Snute is going to go into that Speedling expand play, and very standard at Witch. Now, it looks like he is going to send this Queen out here into the natural. He's actually going to work down that Overlord. Now, the Overlord is on the high ground here, so that Queen cannot see it, but it does move off the high ground, and it does take some damage here. Oh, and it looks like it will go down, critically supply blocking. But look, man, on the other side of the map, we see Cytoplasm also taking down one of the Overlords of Snute. So they're both critically supply blocked. And now Snute takes the forward action, moving some Zerglings across the map.
Yes, he is. And will he turn some of them into Balings? That's my question. Looking at it, he's already turning a few of them into Balings, into the front base of Cytoplasm. He's turning some more, and now he has a nice critical amount. This one Spinecrow for Cytoplasm might not be enough, because there's too many Balings for that Spinecrow to handle. And right now, look how Snute is just testing the grounds. He wants to find that weak spot where the Spinecrow can't reach, and right now some defensive Balings coming in from Cytoplasm.
Oh man, and those Banelings take out the Spinecrawler. Now, I have seen Cytoplasm defend from this before. So I think he's got a good mind on what's going on. There are only the 4 Zerglings and 2 Banelings out right now for Snute. They're going to move forward here. 1 Baneling left, takes out 1 Zergling, and it looks like this Baneling will go. And oh my god! Talk about paydays, man! That was the biggest payday for that Baneling. He was able to take out so many of the Zerglings from Cytoplasm, but Cytoplasm reacts by pumping out even more. And look at this one little Speedling, making it right into the base of Cytoplasm. Going to be seeing everything. I mean, he already knows about the Baneling Nest, but regardless of which, he knows about the placement now. And it looks like Snute in the background. He's keeping up on his injections. He's doing a very nice job at that. He's also going to be continuing his drone phase as he continues to drone up, and layer tech actually coming down with the extractor. So, you know, the Zerglings here from Cytoplasm, they're going to make their way across the map here, but Cytoplasm not going into that. He's actually going right into the Roach Warren and no layer tech at all. He's just going to continue with this aggression. The Banelings are here. I have no doubt in the mind of Snute that he's going to be able to defend about this, but Addicted, man, I mean, we're seeing Snute transition into that layer tech, and it could be pretty mean up in the next coming minutes here against Cytoplasm.
It could be. Both of them actually going for Roach Warren, so I think that the layer tech for Snute is actually going to be a quick Galari Constitution upgrade from the Roach Warren itself to make those Roaches a bit more easy to micro off creep. But we have to wait and see exactly what Snute has in his plans. Looking at it, Snute is also getting his +1 attack for his Roaches, so yeah, I think he's going to go for some sort of Roach timing push once he assembles enough Roaches among his myths. And Cytoplasm, he's begun to produce more and more of his drones because now it's safe to do so. Also, he's getting the same upgrade, the +1 attack for his Roaches. And yeah, soon we're going to see a transition from Zergling and Baneling, thus, and it's going to be straight into the Roach tick.
And it looks like Cytoplasm, I mean, going into that Roach tech, he just now lays down his layer tech. 9-minute layer. So looks like he's been holding back on getting that layer tech out. Normally we see it around the 8-minute mark in normal timings, sometimes even earlier. Now Snute is going to go ahead and move in with these Zerglings. That is a big flock of Zerglings making their way across the map right now, Addicted. It looks like they're going to be trying to climb that ramp, or at least, you know, see if they can deny any of these Xel'Naga watchtowers. These Zerglings out here have been watching for the 3rd base location area. Will we see the expansion do the 3rd base from Snute? It's up in the air, man. We'll figure it out here in a second as Snute goes ahead and moves in his Zerglings. Roaches here to defend. I think Cytoplasm is going to be able to handle this unless there's a huge run by Snute.
That could actually happen soon. Those Roaches are just now checking the grounds, and if a run by should happen, it should go right now. But remember, Cytoplasm still has 2 defending Banelings, which can make a whole lot of difference. At the same time, we're seeing that Snute's actually pretty safe. Look, he has some defending Banelings of his own, so both players are looking to be playing this game extremely safe. They're getting some precautions in each base, but now look, Cytoplasm is expanding. You're muted.
And he's expanding right before GL Snute is. I mean, we see Snute not expanding at all. He's going for that timing push, man. He sends all the Zerglings. They go right around the back of these Roaches. They're going to be doing some nice damage here. The Roaches also being able to concave these the Roaches from Cytoplasm and totally devastated, man. No roaches out here to defend. Cytoplasm may lose his third base. He may need to cancel it. He absolutely does need to cancel this base. Will he do so? Addicted, yes. Just in the last second, he does cancel it. Snute moves some roaches up on the high ground. He sees what's going on, man. The Hydralisk Den is done here for Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm now being heavily bombarded by all these roaches. The green acid going all over the place, and it looks like Cytoplasm, you know, trying to defend. That is a huge amount of roaches, dude. GL Snute going for that 2-base roach push at around the 11-minute mark, and causes the GG. Snute takes game number 1.
Yes, he does, and what an impressive game by Snute. I remember ages ago, though, in the first few months when I started casting back last year.
Right.
We used to cast some Snute games, and I asked him a long time ago, Snute, what's your weakest matchup? He said ZVZ. Well, he's gone a long, long way since then, man.
Dude, he has. He's been training. He's been kicking it, man, and he's actually got a LAN party going down today. So this is all adding to the training for the LAN. The LAN event for StarCraft 2 actually happens tomorrow, but still, regardless, it's great to have him here, man, and taking point number 1 of this series. We're going to play a couple of commercial breaks. Remember, if you subscribe to IMBAtv, you won't see any commercials. Keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. You can subscribe over at justin.tv/IMBAtv. Let's go and get this next game underway. It looks like it's going to be Metalopolis, and the map is up. I'm joining in on you. What you think, Addicted?
What I think? Fast expansion to the gold.
Oh, you know what? We've seen that before in ZVZs.
Many times, yes.
Many times, actually, yeah, definitely, more than like 3 times. Let's give it 30 seconds here. 30 more seconds to get this going, get everybody amped up, ready to go. I mean, Addicted, last game, what do you possibly think that Cytoplasm could have done to bring himself into a better equation in that matter? Maybe not expand to the 3rd?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things, certainly, because Snute didn't, and that's for 300 minerals down the drain in the combat, because all those 300 minerals that Snute didn't use to expand, he made roaches, and those roaches, man, they were so mean, there was too many of them, and that's how he managed to overwhelm Cytoplasm. And Cytoplasm, he had some defenses up, but it just wasn't enough, and maybe expanding was the wrong choice in that current fight.
Absolutely, it seemed to be that way. Let's go ahead and get this one going down. We're ready to go. Addicted, they're ready. So throw it down. The countdown has begun, and without temporal distortion, it will absolutely come to an end. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pros and scrubs, welcome to IMBAtv, where everything is in balance. Holy crap, Addicted, it's going down. We've got GL Snute fighting up here in the 12 o'clock position on Metalopolis in the cross map positions as the red Zerg is Zerg. And down here at the bottom, we do see Cytoplasm. He's going to be spawning in as that purple Zerg. And you know what, man? Cytoplasm is currently sitting on a donut in this best of 7 series. We'll see if he's going to be able to come back from this. It is going to be a ZVZ. Will we see that expand to the fast gold?
I don't think we are. Because normally when Zerg players do that stuff in ZVZ, it's when they're in close air positions.
Right.
Because it's a lot easier to defend the gold that way. When it's cross positions, it's just way too hard. Because your opponent is... the position is very important to do that. And it doesn't work so well in cross positions. But we have to wait. It's possible, and we're seeing a very quick pull. Is that a 10 pull by Snute? Wow.
Ooh, a 10 pull going down here. Oh, man. Snute's going to be hammering down the wire with some Zerglings trying to end game number 2 early. Let's see if Cytoplasm's going to be able to have what it takes to defend that. I mean, he's going into Extractor first, and he laid down Extractor down at the 14 supply. So, Addicted, man, I mean... we may see that Speedling Expandish type build from Cytoplasm, but will he be able to get the Zerglings out in time? Because we're going to see, you know, 6 Zerglings pop out right away from GL Snute here after he gets that Overlord. Oh, where are they? Oh, they're coming. There they are. Oh, man.
Oh, man, indeed. But look, the spawning pool is down for Cytoplasm. You know, it could have been a lot worse for him, Duffs, if he went expansion first.
That is
then
true.
The pull. Yeah, the pull would have been a lot later, and then it would have been much harder for Cytoplasm. But I think he's a player enough to defend this. He's skilled enough. All he has to do is get his drones, then right-click on a mineral patch and then manage to click over the Zerglings to be able to surround them, and he can kill them a lot easier. And with some decent micro, he can save his drones as well from dying. So I think he'll be alright, but let's see how he handles this early pressure. He's about to see it with his Overlord as well.
Well, this Overlord going to be showing what's up, man. He's going to see the timing of the Zerglings, and the Zerglings now barreling forward here to Cytoplasm's base. We do see Cytoplasm reacting with 6 Zerglings of his own. He's got his Queen. I've got no doubts in my mind that he's going to be able to handle this, man. We're just going to see what Snute could actually make from this. We've seen some Zergling harassment do some great things. Now, it looks like one Zergling does get trapped there and left to die as another one falls to the ground here. Snute continuing to try to hammer this down. It's not going to work out like he wanted, man. He wanted the natural expansion to go out right away from Cytoplasm. He saw him go with the expand first build in the last game, and he was pretty much rolling the dice for that 7, and instead he rolled a 9.
Yeah, he did, and we're seeing some Balings being morphed in from... Oh my god, he's actually going to sneak some of them in. He sneaks 2 Balings in. Snute playing pretty sneaky there. How many drones can he kill right now? The Queen trying to save the drones. A lot of the drones get injured. 1 drone, I think, goes down. 2 drones go down in total. The Balings definitely did not pay for themselves in that situation, does. However, Snute was playing pretty smart to try to sneak those Balings in, so if he was, I guess if he was a bit more careful, he could have at least had some better connections, but Cytoplasm is handling himself pretty well. He denied the temple, he denied some Balings, but here come more Balings.
And this is that aggressment I was talking about last game. It's the, you know, like, I stopped droning at 10. Take that, I'm going to send nothing but Zerglings and Balings right at your face. And we see huge damages being done. Now look, Cytoplasm is only on 10 drones. He's lost mining time. Snute is only, yeah, he's only on, 11, 12 drones, but he hasn't lost any mining time at all. And now he's got a couple of Zerglings out there morphing into the Balings, getting ready to defend because he knows a counter push is coming. And he's going to be able to defend it if he can make some good connection with those Banelings. But the early Baneling nest, absolutely amazing play from Snute, able to demolish that early economic stride that was going on from Cytoplasm. And now Cytoplasm getting ready to move up the ramp here with these Zerglings. Will he be able to take these Banelings out without losing all of his Zerglings? It looks to be so.
Oh, here come the Zerglings. He has to watch out for that one Baneling. That one Baneling could be the hero, but no, it gets diffused in a way. And a few Zerglings are left. They will do some damage, but the drones and the Queen will be able to comprehend that and take them down. So, a lot of aggression coming down from both players, but I have to say, I think Cytoplasm is better off right now, Doves. Yes, he lost 4 drones in total, more than Snute, but he's been droning harder, and he has a better economy. Snute was playing kind of... he's playing kind of cheesy with that tempo, and then he went for a really quick Baneling nest, and he only had 10 drones for such a long amount of time. Let's see if he can actually drone up a bit harder now, and can he make more workers compared to Cytoplasm in the next few coming minutes.
Well, basically what the strategy that I like to call that 10 pool, like Baneling stop droning strategy, kind of like a crapshoot, man. Because you roll the dice, you hope to get a good one, and it's not going to happen, and Snute did not see that good dice come from it, and now he's got to recompensate. He's got to get those drones out there. And look, he's taking the lead in the drone count. He is sitting at that 21 drone mark compared to the 19 out there. And it looks like he's ready to expand. And he will do so. The expansion has gone down from Cytoplasm. He's got the double Queens out, man. And he's starting that creep spread. I got to say, Cytoplasm is looking pretty damn good with the tech out there. I mean, he's got the Roach Warren already down. He's pumping out those drones. And he's looking good. He's looking like he's formidable in this next game, as well as sending out the Zerglings, getting that scouting here with the Overlords and all that. I mean, he's playing this very well. Now, Snute may be able to come back from this, but if we see a huge influx of roaches from Cytoplasm in the next few minutes, man, I don't doubt we're going to see that same type of 11-minute roach Zergling type, push.
Wow, Cytoplasm is just pumping out a lot more roaches right now. 3 more on the way. He's getting a decent amount. He's on 2 base right now, though, so the base just finished for him, so he can afford a lot more roaches. The expansion for Snute is also on the way, but it's nowhere near completed. And now these 2 Zerglings, it's their job to try to scout out what exactly Cytoplasm has, because Snute currently does have an idea. He has no Overlords anywhere near. He has this one Overlord, but he can't see far enough because he will get chased down by this Queen. So these Zerglings, wow, they're actually going to scout. They're going to go into Banelings, and if Cytoplasm doesn't see this stuff, he can be in deep, deep trouble.
Dude, he absolutely could be. These drones here are just open targets. It's about 9 drones just hanging out there, mining minerals, and all the roaches have actually moved off, and they're going for that. They're going for that 10-minute push. But here come the Banelings. Oh, 5 drones go down to the ground, and it looks like these roaches are going to continue to push down the lines. Now, Snute needs to get some static defenses going. He's got a couple of spine crawlers on the way. He's got to start pumping out something, man. I mean, he's going to be pumping out nothing but spine crawlers here with all these drones. He knows the roach push is imminent. He saw it with his Overlord, and this could be devastating.
Oh, those spine crawlers are as good as dead, and I think Cytoplasm's got this, man. All he has to do is go into the main base and force the cancel of that other spine crawler, and now he's going to kill some drones. I think this game's as good as dead, because, yep, Snute throws down the GG, and Cytoplasm takes game number 2, and it's 1-1.
That's right, man. That's right. Whew. I'll tell you, Addicted. I'm loving this ZVZ best of 7. I mean, it's going back and forth. It's absolutely amazing. And we're seeing, you know, the different type of strategies that these players are able to throw down the line to be able to get something happening for them. So I got to say, let's see the third game. What do we got?
Well, let's see what Snute will pick for the third in the map. And I think it's in that last game, it looks like it's going to be Winter Belshire Beach. But I think in that last game, that tempo didn't work out, and since that, then Snute was just in such a bad position he couldn't recover quickly enough.
Well, it's looking like one of the best ZVZ series we've seen, and like you said, it's gonna be sick, man. I don't know. I mean, I think if Snute would have sent out that drone, like an early drone, that last game to scout if that natural expansion was down, and then committed to the 10 pole, he might have found himself in a better position later in that game. You know what I mean?
And I think that's I think that we're not going to see any more 10 poles coming out from Snute.
I don't think so. Unless he's got a lead. I don't think so either. I mean, we can obviously see that Cytoplasm can defend that, especially with it being cross-map positions. Gives him a little bit of that time, you know, to hammer down and get the defenses going. And he was able to do that in the last game, and he did a great job at doing so. Yes, he lost some drones, but it wasn't anything too devastating. And Snute needed to see a little bit more payoff for what he was doing, and he did not do so. So, therefore, we saw higher tech come out from Cytoplasm, the 10-minute roach push, and the end of Snute in the last game. Next game is down, out, and up. We've got the lobby up, and Belshire Beach is going to be the map. It's Winter Edition, folks. The countdown has begun. The players are ready. Good luck, have fun to both of them, and wait for the cue, Addicted. Q.
Welcome one and all to the game number 3 in this King of the Hill between GL Snute and AI Cytoplasm. It is on Winter Belshire Beach, like Duff stated earlier. We do have the spawn positions. Cytoplasm, currently sitting on 1 point in this best of 7 series, is set into the bottom right position of this great map. He has the purple Zerg player, that's his trademark color, and the red Zerg player in the top left position is GL Snute, and that's his trademark color as well, also set on 1 point. Game number 3. One player will take the advantageous position 1 point ahead of his opponent. Who will it be? Thus, maybe you know the answer, man. Can you see in the future?
You know what, man? I'm out of plutonium. I ran out the other day, and yeah, so now I can't see the future, but I'm working on a new shipment, so soon enough. But, you know, for this game, I've got no idea. You know, it's tied up. It's back and forth. It's going to be very interesting to see what these guys decide to do in this next game, whether they're going to go for that early aggression type play like I mentioned, or we're going to see some type of back and forth into macro game. Now, it looks like Cytoplasm is laying down his extractor first. He's going for the same build he did in the last game and make sure that he's safe to do it. Now, that build is the Speedling Expand, and look, man, Snute's doing the exact same thing in the background.
Wow, it looks like it's Cytoplasm. He's no, they're pretty similar. So it's a mirror build. I was gonna say it's a mirror build. Then I saw the pull coming out from Cytoplasm, but then the pull was also brought down by Snute himself. So yeah, it's a very mirrored build. Out of this best of 7 series, this is the first match that both players have opened in the same fashion. So let's see what they can make. And look, even their overlords are moving in the same pattern as well. They're both going to the expansion. And yeah, let's see who has the best mirror opening. Who is better into this opening?
Who can get that Speedling expand rocking the best? That's the name of the game right now, as we do see these overlords, like you mentioned, going all over the place in the same locations as the mirrored continues to be mirrored. But that's the thing about ZVZ, man, is you've got to get those overlords out. You've got to get that overlord spread going, because having those overlords out in your opponent's natural will allow you to see the timing at which they place down that natural, which will allow you to place down your natural in a respectable timing. But look, we've got a little bit of deviation now. Baneling Nest is down for Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm has stomped Dronage. He's got his Speedling research on the way, his Metabolic Spood Beast, if you will, as well as we've got more Zerglings coming out from Cytoplasm. So I feel like we're going to see a push, and Snute in the background, he's laid down his natural, and this has been spotted from Cytoplasm's Overlord. This is why it's so important to have your Overlord spread out, even as well as Cytoplasm is now going to get spotted from Snute's Overlord. So ZVZ, Overlords are key.
Yeah, totally they are. They're like, they give you a corridor of light, and then you will know what's happening. And Snute did see those Zerglings, so he needs to make some defenses, and he's making more and more Zerglings now. He saw the Zerglings from Cytoplasm, so he stopped droning to be able to get his own defensive Zerglings. But Cytoplasm, I think he might get his wish here. He might get a cancel for Snute's base. Let's see if the hatchery will get canceled. There's too many Zerglings right now. That's something that Snute can't handle. Cytoplasm will attack those Zerglings from Snute, and Snute also is supply blocked. A kill must have gone down from the Queen from Cytoplasm on the other side of the map. So, oh man, look at the hatchery. It's nearly dead. It should get cancelled, and it does. And Cytoplasm takes a good lead in this game. And now all he needs to do is attack the Banelings because they're very vulnerable. He's going straight for the mineral line.
Oh crap, it's a trap. The Banelings are trying to morph here in the background as all these drones are getting worked down upon from these Zerglings. And it looks like Cytoplasm leaving a couple of Zerglings in the background here. Will he be able to subterfuge those in? No, he won't, because the Banelings do show up. More Banelings in the background are going to be able to morph here and go into the main base. Now, Cytoplasm here, he's putting on this heavy aggression, man, and these Zerglings absolutely causing some havoc, some ruckus inside the main base of Snute. Snute moves out some Banelings here. He takes out one Zergling there. Will he be able to take out another big group? Oh my god, he almost had it, but he moved too crazily, and it looks like these Banelings are going to make it right in the middle line. Oh god, it's the pen of drones as they all fall to the ground like slaughtered cattle. It looks like Snute is only sitting on 6 drones right now. The Banelings coming in, taking out Snute's Zerglings. Dude, this could be GG. There's really no economic structure, and there it is. Snute throws down the GG. Cytoplasm wins with a great Zergling Baneling timing push.
Man, that was something that he's practiced. You can tell.
Obviously. That must be a tactic for ZVZ on that map for him. It was clean, man. Like, everything he did was clean, set, and in stone. And he was like, I think it was like this, like, he had the Overlord over there, he saw the fact that it was going to be Speedling expand, and he knew that he probably guessed that Snute was going to be laying down that expansion first, and since Cytoplasm did not, he continued to push out those Zerglings. He got the Baneling Nest going, and man, he was just able to bring a running riot into the base of Snute.
Wow, dude, it was a really short game, but at the same time was very impressive from Cytoplasm's perspective, because he played so well. And let's see what Snute can do to come back into this game. It's 2-1 for Cytoplasm. Snute is still not out because it is best of 7, and he picked Haldarm Altar. Looks like Snute is ready. Is Cytoplasm ready? It looks like they are, so we can start this game now.
Well, that sounds good, Addicted. Holy crap, let's get this next one underway here on Haldarm Altar. It's going to be GL Snute against Cytoplasm ZVZ, game number 4 to hit you in the eye sockets. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pros and scrubs, so welcome to IMBAtv, where everything is in balance. I am MC Duffs, With me is Addicted, and we've got this next game underway. Yes, it is a ZVZ best of 7, but holy crap, it is awesome, Addicted. I mean, we've seen some awesome back and forth plays, some great play stylings, and great ZVZ monotony. And it looks like we're going to see Cytoplasm spawning up here in the top left-hand corner of Tal'Darim Altar as the purple Zerg, his very, very favorite color to play. We do see Snute popping down here in the bottom left-hand corner as the red Zerg. And you know what, Addicted? I gotta ask you, man, how do you feel with this being Tal'Darim Altar?
It's a big map, and a big map, normally you think that it's going to be a macro map, so, or a macro-oriented game, so let's see if that will happen. But look at Snute, well, actually Cytoplasm, he goes for a 10 pull, so,
right.
Yeah, it's a 9 pull even. So Cytoplasm, man, he wants to take a nice lead over Snute, and I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not a big favor of these early pulls on this big map. Unless you know where your opponent is, then you will struggle to find him quickly enough to do some damage. And these 10 pulls, these 9 pulls haven't been paying off too much in ZVZ lately. So, especially in players like these, like such a high caliber player. Let's see how Snute will play. Looks like he's going for an extractor. He should follow up with a spawning pull, which should make things a lot easier rather than going for an expansion.
Well, I gotta say, man, with Cytoplasm being ahead, I think he's got that thought process of, yeah, I can make a 10 pull work. Yeah, I could get that early extractor. Why not? Let's do it. And that's exactly what we got going on. I mean, he's got the Queen on the way now after getting the Overlord, so he's not going to transition straight into Zergling creation. He starts the Zergling creation now after getting out the Queen. He wants to make sure to get the production over his unit production, so that way he can actually produce more Zerglings than his opponent when he actually finds that inch and tries to take the mile. Now, this allows for Snute to have the extra timing window to get his spawning pool down, to get the Speedling expand build underway, just like we've seen in the past few games from him. It looks like it's almost the same opener now. The 100 minerals, or 100 gas has come out from Cytoplasm. He's got his metabolic speed boost on the way, just like Snute does. But look, man, Zerglings are already trumping across the map, and they do get spotted from that one Overlord. So Snute knows that there's some kind of early aggression coming in. He's got some Zerglings on his way of his very own, and it looks like he's even got his Queen and Baneling Nest coming down. So this earlier Baneling Nest might actually be able to bring him the defense needed to possibly move into a counter-type push situation.
Let's see if he can get a counter attack going on for him. Right now Snute only has a couple of Zerglings, but he's getting more, so he'll be able to defend against this, no doubt about it, because the Zergling count is the same, and if Cytoplasm pushes into the main base, you have to face the Queen, and that's not something that you should not do. And Cytoplasm, I feel like that early pull play was actually defensive, because he didn't really put that much investment into making too many Zerglings. I think he was just fearing that Snute was the one who might surprise him with an early pull, so he went for his early pull by himself. And if you remember, once his pull finished, he didn't make too many Zerglings. He made some drones in the beginning, so I think Cytoplasm was his tactic was defensive all along. And well, let's see how this Zergling play will.
I'll tell you this: it's turned into aggressive as he's moved all these Zerglings into the base, and now he's trying to be offensive with them. These you know, these Zerglings cursing out these Banelings. They shouldn't do that because it just got all taken out. A bunch of Zerglings losing their lives there, Addicted, and look at this, man. Cytoplasm continues to move in with these Zerglings. Will he be able to do any damage, man? I mean, one good Baneling connection against these Zerglings, it's all over. This push is going to get owned, and, you know, we're going to see Snute try to go across the map with it, and it looks like he's going to send some Zerglings already across the map. Nice connection there. He takes down a few of those Zerglings there from Cytoplasm, and yet 3 more fall to the ground. Only 3 left. Baneling's up on the high ground. No way those Zerglings are going to be able to get in, and with that being stated, Snute has made his ascension into his opponent's base.
Thus, you are totally right, man. That early Baneling Nest is proving to be a pillar of a hope for Snute, because he played it. He played with those Banelings amazingly, killed so many Zerglings from Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm now, he will find all these Banelings and all of his Zerglings die out to one Baneling. And Snute is about to take this game to the throat, and he's about to get into a very advantageous position. There is one Spine Crawler, but that's not going to be enough. The Queen coming into a nice position as well. The Banelings are surviving. Oh, they're going to surround the drones. The drones are in deep, deep trouble. Oh, so many connections are about to go down, and this is GG.
Oh, man. The GG goes down as all those Zerglings and Banelings take out the drones like a dirty bullfight. Let's get this next game underway. My God, Addicted. What a this fast-paced action is just awesome. I mean, this ZVZ is sweet. It's 2-2, Addicted. It's tied up once again. It's 2-2. So, out of this best of 7, we've got them tying up game after game after game. Yes, they're only 6 to 15 minute games, but you know what, man? That's ZVZ, right? Where 20 minutes is late game. It's true.
Man.
I speak the truth.
You do, and it's ZVZ where one bailing can GG.
Well, you know, I mean, that's the thing is Cytoplasm started the 10 pool off. He got the queen out. He droned up a couple times, and then he pumped out the Zerglings and stuff, and he wanted to push on that aggression, but he didn't want to like cause himself any big problem. But you know, the thing is that he saw the fact that there's little numbers of Zerglings out for Snute, so he decided, if he could wait like 30 seconds, he decided to, you know, like, push in with all the Zerglings he could. He just started pumping out Zergling. Every injection that finished, he got Zerglings. He sent them straight out across, across the map, and that caused him the biggest problem because the Baneling Nest went down just as Snute saw those Zerglings coming across the map. He knew it was a 10 pull. He knew the Banelings were the thing that was going to save him and allow him to do a counter push, and that's exactly what happened, man. That connection, the connection that Snute was making was absolutely brilliant. He was able to take the advantage, and then he pushed it and took the win. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pros and scrubs, welcome to IMBAtv, where everything is in balance. I'm MC Duffs. With me is Addicted. We got this next game underway, Addicted. It's tied up. Who the hell do we got, and what are they doing?
We have Cytoplasm sitting on 2 points. Our victor from the previous best of 7 matches. He is sitting on the left side, the bottom left position of Shakura's plateau as a purple Zerg player. And look, closer positions to him. The bottom right position, we have GL Snute, the red Zerg player, also sat on 2 points as his nemesis. And it is game number 5. Someone will take the lead once again. Who will it be? I have no idea of this, but I have a question for you. Why is the King of the Hill one of our best events? Well, I'll tell you why. I don't have to answer it, man.
Good.
It's because
right.
We have game after game after game. We have total non-stop StarCraft action, is why.
And it's all under our roof, man. It's all under our roof, and the roof is on fire with burning Zerglings and Banelings, and I'll tell you, man, this ZVZ is so, it's action-packed, it's fast, it's awesome, and seriously, though, it's come down to, like, micro versus micro, early build versus early build, who can get it going down more successfully, and look, man, Snute is going off with the Extractor first. He's going to go into that Speedling expand build like we saw the last time, and the time before that, and the time before that. A little bit of deviation here from Cytoplasm, however, because he has sent out that drone at the 15 or 16 supply, and he lays down his natural. Now, let's see if Snute tries to take advantage of this. With the Speedling expand, you get those Zerglings out around, around the 18 supply, 20 supply, to start pumping it, start to get the defense going, to start getting some, movements known on the map. And Addicted, man, Cytoplasm should be able to get the spawning pole finished by the time any Zerglings do aggress upon him on Shakura's plateau, and I believe that's why he went with this early expand play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not actually surprised by that expand play. Such an easy map to expand on and defend it, defend any push. So, let's see if Snute will actually go for some aggressive play when he sees the expansion. Right now, Snute, he's going for his metabolic speed boost. I think he should be going for that expansion very soon, as he's about to hit 20 supply as well. And Snute, I mean, I think this is the perfect setting, thus, where we can have a proper ZVZ macro game on Shakura's plateau. It's a really nice map. Very easy to secure your third base as well if we reach that phase. So I'm hoping, man, I'm putting my hands together in prayers. Let's see if it will happen. Right now, Cytoplasm, he just finished his pull as well, and he's mining from that gas for an awfully long time now. So it actually looks like wow, he's actually going to get a spine crawler to defend his expansion. But meanwhile, Snute, he did go for his own expansion, so yeah, both players will expand.
Well, man, the Baneling that's coming down from Snute, I mean, I'm not saying that he's going to go all in aggression on this one, but I feel like we're going to see that aggression coming in, very eminent. And macro game on CVZ, dude, that's blasphemy, sir. You can't go around saying those types of things on air. Now, Cytoplasm, like you mentioned, he's got the spine crawler out. He's got his second queen just now finished up, so he's going to continue these injections. He's going to be able to, you know, amp up into this. He's got his bathing nest down as well. If he can actually defend, then maybe he can push us into like a type of macro game, you know, 12-minute macro game anyway. So it'll be interesting to see. Now, Snute has started to move across the map with these Zerglings. He's already got the 4 Zerglings out. Banelings are morphing. He is critically supply blocked at the moment, though, Addicted.
He is, and supply blocking won't help him to get more drones or more units out. But Snute's about to make a massive push. I mean, here come the Banelings. The Spinecrawler is in position. Looks like Cytoplasm getting his own Banelings to defend. While Baneling does explode, so the Spinecrawler takes some kills. Oh, we might see Banelings with Baneling explosion. 3 Banelings go down for Snute, 2 Banelings go down for Cytoplasm, but this Spinecrawler, why, it gets completely ignored. It looks like some drones will get target fired instead by all those Zerglings from Snute, and Snute's his push has been defended against in Cytoplasm, playing very confident. That Spinecrawler, I have to say, helped him a lot. That Spinecrawler has 4 kills, so it did a fantastic job, and the Queen on the hold position with the ramp, with some Banelings as well, did a fantastic job from preventing the Zerglings and the Banelings to go up the ramp and do some damage into Cytoplasm's base. So good job by Cytoplasm, playing very nice in defense. But here comes some more Banelings, and oh wow, they're just going in there. Wow.
They take out the Spinecrawler, and you know, you're absolutely right. The positioning by Cytoplasm's Queen play is great, dude. I love to see that type of Queen play, blocking anything from getting into the main, doing any run-bys or anything like that. Now look, Roach Warren is down and out for Cytoplasm. He's on 2 base. It's about the 7-minute mark in this game. I feel like in the next 3 minutes, we're going to see some type of 2-base Roach timing push once again. And, you know, my question to you, Addicted, will Snute have the, you know, have the defense and able to be able to defend against that? Because seriously, he's got the second extractor going down. It looks like he's going to be moving and converging in a tier 2 technology, but he's going to need a little bit of time for that, man. And in reaction, he's laid down some spine crawlers. He's got his Roach Warren now on the way down. He has spotted this giant Roach Zergling push, and it looks like, you know, Cytoplasm's even going to do it minutes earlier than I stated.
Yeah, I mean, wow, look at this massive push, man. I think the big mistake for Snute is he was on Zergling Baneling tech for too long. His Roach Warren is nowhere to complete. It's already 8.5 minutes. And the Spinecrawlers are nowhere to complete. It looks like Cytoplasm will continue on to push. Some of his Banelings will slip by, and the Spinecrawlers actually go down by doing hardly any damage. And look at this, more units streaming in for Cytoplasm. He is already 20 supply ahead, and yeah, if Cytoplasm win this game, it's because Snute was stuck on that lower tier tech for way too long.
Well, let's see if Snute can defend this. I mean, he's doing a decent job, man. Look, his Zerglings are over-swarming the Roaches. He has defended, and it looks like he's going to be pushing this, he's going to be, I guess, pushing the push away from him and going into a counter-push style. As he moves his Zerglings straight across the map, you know, great play there from Snute. I mean, the spine crawlers is exactly what he needed. He was able to soak up the damage that needed to be done. His Banelings connected with the Zerglings very well. Now look, he goes right into the natural, working down some of these drones. Some of the drones do go down. The Queens go on the ramp. Very nice styling here from Cytoplasm. Very nice positioning. More Zerglings just going to be streaming in. And these players, they're forcing that inch into a mile right now. They're trying as hard as they can to do so, but they won't let it happen. Addicted, we could hit that 15-minute mark in this game. We could.
The 15-minute mark. The macro bread and butter.
Oh, I don't know. Look at all those Banelings, dude.
Wow, that's crazy. That's 14 Banelings, man. That is crazy. But I have to say, I was really impressed how Cytoplasm was macroing up behind his first push. He made a ton of drones. He's on 45 drones. But here come the Banelings from Snute. That's an awful lot of Banelings. Whoa, half of them died. It looks like there's only 4 left. Oh, the drones get surrounded. The drones get surrounded. But they still survive.
Oh.
One big bunch gets caught out of position, but that's only 7 drones killed by Snute, and Snute lost an awful lot of minerals and gas with all those Banelings not doing their job properly. That was 14 Banelings, and only a few of them got a decent connection, thus that was not worth it.
I'll tell you what, Addicted, the reason why he had so many problems when going in there is because he queued up the move you know, to queue up the move paths for the Banelings. And the Banelings were so close together that when the Baneling from Cytoplasm went off, it actually took out a bunch of the Banelings there from Snute, causing huge problems. Now, this is a giant amount of roaches, and we're not even at the 12-minute mark yet, man, and these roaches are getting ready to put on some pain. Now, it looks like these Zerglings will try to make it in there. A Baneling does go off. 2 Zerglings do make it up into the main base. It looks like they're going to go ahead and scout. They're going to see the lair tech on the way from Cytoplasm. And let's go ahead and take a quick look at what Snute's got rolling. He's got his third base underway. He's got to defend heavily because he's got a bunch of roaches on the way. 4 spine crawlers have gone down in reaction. He's got 1 roach, 4 Zerglings, and 4 spine crawlers. It's going to be one hell of a fight. Let's see if he's going to be able to handle it, Addicted.
Well, Hero Roach is still alive for Snute and is doing some nice amount of damage on 1 kill. But here come the reinforcements. It looks like Snute will survive. And now my question is, will Cytoplasm actually discover this expansion from Snute? Snute trying to get a quick third base. If he actually secures this on time, though, he can actually get a nice economical advantage over Cytoplasm. If it continues to be hidden, and Cytoplasm now will retreat because he was defeated in that last engagement. There was too many roaches for Snute and the spine crawler. So good job by Snute defending of his own. And it looks like he's going to go and contain his opponent Cytoplasm now. And that's actually pretty smart because he wants to get his expansion up and going so he can contain his opponent, and that will give him big advantage.
It will, and it looks like he's actually going to pull those roaches. And no lair tech coming down from Snute at all as of yet. So Snute staying on tier 1. What do we got from Cytoplasm for tier 2? Infestation pit coming down. He's got double Evo chambers. He's going to be able to get the... Dudes, I gotta say though, I mean, even with the third base coming down from Snute, Cytoplasm is so far ahead in technology. He's getting even more far ahead now that he's got that infestation pit just about finished up. And Cytoplasm, he could be bringing some pain here. He is laying down his third base as of now. We do see the Overlord from Snute. He's going to go and spot that third base going down just as of now. And this Overlord here from Cytoplasm getting worked down upon from that Queen, but the Queen does not finish the job. Will the Queen come up from this third base and take it out? It's too late though, because it will spot the creep. It will see the fact that there is an expansion brewing there. And it looks like we're going to see the forward action here from Cytoplasm with his level 1 attack upgraded roaches. His level 1 armor upgrade is just about finished, as well as we do see the level 2 attack going down just after that. A little bit of a run by of these Zerglings. They're going to go right in. They're going to see the infestation pit. They're going to see the technology, and they're going to see how desperately ahead Cytoplasm is compared to Snute.
Oh, and this third base might even go down. Looks like Snute actually has a nice amount of roaches, but his roaches are not upgraded like you said. They're only set on +1 attack, which hasn't even finished yet. Cytoplasm even has the upper advantage because he's set on the higher ground. Snute does have vision, but he won't be able to attack with all of his roaches. And even though he has some surround, it's not enough. Cytoplasm, I think he should be able to defend this and kill that hatchery, but more and more units are streaming in from Snute. He's getting more of those roaches. Cytoplasm's +1 attack is no longer giving him the advantage because Snute's +1 attack finished a few seconds ago. And look, Cytoplasm just crushes it, and Snute knows because he lost his army, it's over, and he throws down the GG. It's Cytoplasm 3 points, Snute's 2 points.
That's right. Will Snute be able to come back in the next game and tie this up once again? Only time will tell, Addicted. Let's go and get some music on. We're going to play a couple commercial breaks while we get the next map up and enabled. Now remember, guys, loser chooses, so it's time for Snute to pick yet another map. What will he pick? Who knows? We'll find out here soon enough. It looks like, Addicted, man, I got to ask you, how do you feel about this series? I mean, it's been back and forth. There's been a lot of action. Cytoplasm, he got a good lead in that last game, and you can actually see that if you look in the army value tab. You could see the huge amount of army lead he had, as well as if you look at the resource rate. He steadily kept above Snute pretty much the whole game.
He did, and that game was pretty impressive. We saw some nice macroing, like I said in the game. I was really impressed. After that 10-minute push by Cytoplasm, how many drones he had made. He had like 45 drones on the field. That was really, really impressive by him. And Snute then, on his own, he went to that third base. It was very courageous of him to do so, but it wasn't enough because Cytoplasm had already massed up a nice amount of roaches, and they were pretty nicely upgraded, like you said, though. So that gave him an amazing advantage.
It absolutely did. Now Snute is going to be picking Terminus. So we're going to be here on Terminus, man. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, we will be soon.
Cool. Yes, Silly Rice Krispie, Dust is the best bum caster ever. I live out by the dumpster by your local, by your local grocery store. Wherever you are, I am there supporting the beard and rocking with the StarCraft action. Now, I want to give some hell yeah shout outs, man. Why don't we do that? You guys, give me some hell yes out there in the chat. We'll give you some shout outs to bring your names up even further in this cast. As Addicted gets the Terminus SE up there and going, we've got Criminal telling everybody to type hell yeah. You do it or Criminal will show up at your door with a brick to your face. Now, we've got Lagaricho out there with a hell yeah. We've got Silver out there, IMBAtv, Skrillex, as well as we've got Kenneth Kravak. We've also got another one here for Final. We've got one for Silly Rice Crispy, as well as Free Creature Jenny. We've got one for Unseen, with X's in front and back of his name. We've got Party Stature. We've also got Mr. No Man. We've got Merville Man, as well as another one going down right now, as I can't read today. We've got Kuis. We've got another one going out right now to Big Bear Nasty. We've got Mr. Brightside, as well as we got Shizzle. It looks like we've got another one going down right now for Garrido. We've got one for Erica Lago, as well as we got Dead Empire. We got Chargo. We got Alex Power. We've got Mikeos. We've got Crab and Nipple, as well as we got one for Party Snatcher, Corleon, as well as Ash and Die. We've got another one for Fabulous Mill, and holy crap, guys, Diagna MC. Let's get this going down. Thanks, guys. Now, Addicted, I'm going to give a couple more shout-outs here. We got one for 111, as well as one for Orange 336. So you know what, man? Let's get this game going, rocking and rolling right here, right now. I got to say, Addicted, who do we got? What's going on? And what's the score looking like? Because it's looking like one hell of a matchup.
Well, you're looking at the King of the Hill, brought to you by IMBAtv, sponsored by Twitch TV. This is Game 6 between our two Zerg players tonight. It is GL Snute and AI Cytoplasm. GL Snute has spawned in a 12 o'clock position as that red Zerg player, sat on 2 points, currently trailing compared to his opponent. Speaking of his opponent, in the 9 o'clock position we have Cytoplasm, the purple Zerg player, sitting on 3 point stuffs. So this is game number 6. This is our big pivotal point of this best of 7 series, because if Cytoplasm wins this game, he wins the series 4-2, like he did last week. So thus, it's up to Snute to be able to stop that from happening.
You know what? It absolutely is. I want to give a quick shout out right now to Paraflex as well. Big ups to you, sir. Now, GL Snute, you know, I mean, we've seen him do like the Speedling expand build for the past few games. Do you think he's going to stay with the same type of flavor?
I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, if it works. It's worked before,
yeah.
is what I'm trying to say.
It's kind of like it's been like a hit and miss, man. I mean, yeah. It all depends on the Baneling Zergling connections, whether there's early aggression, and if he can actually cripple Cytoplasm to bring him down a little bit lower than himself. But, you know, that last game, if that's any indicator of what's going on, I mean, the late game ZVZ, the later game, I guess I could say, from Cytoplasm in ZVZ is really good. You know, he's got a great mind for it. He's got a great idea of what's happening, and he's really bringing the action. And you know, Snute, he's got a really awesome early game. He usually goes for that Zergling, Baneling type of composition, and it seems to end up being like a hit and miss in the ZVZ arena for him.
Well, hopefully it will be more hit than miss in this game, because he needs everything to be able to win. And right now, it's a really big map, so look at the Overlords, man. They're just like everywhere right now, scouting, going around, and finally they discovered each other using those two Overlords over here. So let's see how this is going to continue. Is Snute catching a bit of a lag spike?
It's your fault.
Hopefully he'll recover. You know what, man? But it's a very mirrored opening right now. The only difference is that Cytoplasm has actually made some Zerglings, and Snute is actually making drones instead of Zerglings.
Ooh. Cytoplasm going with the Baneling Nest as of now. Looks like he's pumping out those Zerglings quite heavy, man. We could see that early Baneling aggression as Cytoplasm has stopped his droning at 14. Now, this is a very, very simple tactic that I can talk about here, man. It's stop droning at 14, pump out Zerglings, pump out Banelings, and try to take that inch early in this game, because your opponent may go for that expansion. And look, Snute has laid down his expansion. We've seen this before, Addicted. The 14 dronage into Fat Zergling Baneling. It could be the end of Snute in this in this next game.
Isn't this same build that he used on the winter Belshire Beach? So he's actually trying to surprise him again and morphing in some Banelings now way before reaching his opponent's base. Let's see how that will go for him, but the difference is that Snute has his Baneling tech finished as well. That's something he did not have finished on time in that Belshire Beach game, so I think Snute should be alright as long as he has some nice connections and as long as he doesn't lose his Banelings overdue. Fair. The supply is very even right now. Baneling connections will be key, and oh my god, we might see some right now. No! The Zerglings escape from Cytoplasm and they'll get a full scale view of the main base of Snute, and we'll see some Baneling connections right now, and Cytoplasm full into offensive. Oh, loses one more Baneling.
Well, it looks like we do see the Zerglings now working down on the drone line from Cytoplasm as Cytoplasm continues to move around. Boot, Scoot, and Boogieing, man. And these Zerglings here from Snute are going to be able to work them down, take it out, and defend successfully. Now, this hatchery is getting worked down upon from 4 Zerglings. It's not going to be enough to take it down right away. These other Zerglings coming in from Snute will be able to clear this up. Now, looking at it here, I mean, we see the drone, or we don't see any more droning from Cytoplasm. That's exactly how this build works, man. You just pump out Zerglings, you just get that going, and if you decide, you know, I mean, I don't know, man. Cytoplasm's still pumping out like 12 more Zerglings here, and the Banelings and everything from Snute are out. He's got such great positioning with his Banelings. He does such a great job at connecting those Banelings to the Zerglings. I don't think that this 14 drone play is going to work out from Cytoplasm all in all. I mean, unless he finds a great common ground to go in on, I think it's gonna be problems here overall in the end of it for Cyto.
Let's see what Snute can do to be able to cause those problems right now. Snute is actually making 10 more Zerglings, so he's definitely going to try to aggress upon. And Snute, you know, he has his expansion of this. He can be able to produce more because he has more larvae from those 2 expansions. But all he has to do is not allow those sneaky Banelings from Cytoplasm to hit. Like, look at now, he's morphing one right now, and Snute has a lot of defensive Banelings. He cannot waste them because that would be a big loss for him. Oh, we might see some nice connections right now. Oh, the Baneling gets diffused on time. Wow, a lot of Baneling connections coming out for both players. But right now, Cytoplasm is the one who has more Banelings. He has 1 more compared to Snute, and now morphing a lot more as well, and Snute is in deep, deep trouble.
Oh no! Cytoplasm, he's made it into the main base, man. He's working down on the drones. He's working down on the Queen. The Queen falls to the ground into pieces and shambles as we see all these Zerglings moving around here. It looks like Cytoplasm trying to take this into his advantage. Baneling's now coming in. Baneling here as Cytoplasm continues his aggression. Will he be able to make some good connections? No. We see an even connection between Banelings and Banelings with Snute and Cyto. Cyto now getting chased out of the base. You know, Snute only lost 1 Queen in that fray and a couple of drones there. He is still in the lead in drone count. He's still in the lead in Zergling count. His supply is 10 over his opponent, and now he goes for the counter. But this is where the scary situation comes in. Once that counter is known, the Zerglings make their run by. And look, Cytoplasm going straight in for it. It looks like we're going to see the Zerglings here from Snute going straight for it as well. If he gets connected with that Baneling, oh my god!
That hurt me as much as it hurt you does. That Baneling connection was way too good. He killed more than half those Zerglings that Snute had on the field. Cytoplasm, amazing connection. That Baneling was the hero pretty much. And at the same time, oh, look at all those Banelings from Cytoplasm. He sneaked them into the main base. He's gonna kill them. Oh, that's a lot of drones killed, and that's 13 drones down for Snute. Cytoplasm playing once again very sneakily and takes down Snute in a very disadvantageous position. But actually, both players are equal on supply. The difference is actually the difference isn't that big. Both players have equal dronage as well, 15 to 14 drones.
And you know, with that being stated, Addicted, with the 2 bases out for Snute, he does have better production than his opponent. As long as he can maintain the lead in the economic situation, then he can continue to pump out these Zerglings. Now, we're 10 minutes into this game. It's only Zerglings and Banelings. That's it. That's all. And 10 minutes into the game, we've still only got 15 drones out for Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm right now moving some Zerglings and Banelings back across the map. You know, I don't think I gave him enough credit for this 14 drone push. I thought it was going to end up a little bit more in Snute's favor, but he made some great connection with those Banelings, and that moment when those Banelings hit the ground, I was like, damn. You know, I just didn't even know what to feel, man. Just terrible stuff.
Well, still Cytoplasm is on only one base. He cannot produce as much units as Snute can because Snute has his main base, but Snute doesn't have a queen, so that's the problem right now. When Snute gets a queen, he'll be able to outproduce Cytoplasm because of those 2 hatcheries, and he'll be able to macro up much heavier compared to Cytoplasm. So Cytoplasm, he needs to expand, but right now it doesn't look like he will. He's still making Banelings, he's still making Zerglings. Now he's getting a few more drones, so that's really good. But look, it's slowly taking form because Snute is now getting more and more ahead in supply, and it's just a matter of time until Cytoplasm is overproduced.
It is, and you know, interestingly enough, I mean, there's drones just kind of going out wildly across the map. It looks like Cytoplasm actually right-clicked his opponent's mineral line with his hatchery, causing the drones to be like, oh, hey, I'll go across the map, I'll mine their minerals. Now, it looks like the Banelings are out, and look, dude, Snute cannot allow the same thing to happen like it happened before. These 2 Banelings, they are on the warpath. They are looking for blood. They take it. They take down 6 of those Zerglings. Now, a bunch of Banelings are morphing here from Snute, but a lot more Zerglings are out for Cytoplasm at this moment. The Cytoplasm moving around the background here. He's going right back and forth to center. Will he be able to avoid the Banelings? Yes, he does. He gets those Zerglings out of there. He moves them right back into the Baneling, and it goes down. Snute takes the advantage. He moves all these Zerglings and it starts to force some more Banelings into it. We do see a nice connection there with the 1 Baneling taking out 2 Zerglings, as well as these Banelings finishing up here in just a second. More Zerglings on the way across the map here from GL Snute, as we do see more Banelings coming out from Cytoplasm. And let's see the production, man. Only 4 Zerglings on the way for Cytoplasm. Snute might have been able to take this inch and move it into a mile, man. Let's see if he's going to be able to make it happen. Now, the Banelings here are getting worked down upon. It looks like the Banelings will go back and forth as the Zerglings do try to climb the ramp. They will get beat up from the Spine Crawler and the Banelings out there. They make it right in the middle line. One of them does anyway. But I don't even know, man. I don't even know where to go, where to lean, what to think, what to do. Who am I? Where am I? What's going on here?
Well, I tell you what's going on. Cytoplasm is contained. He's trying to defend with his Banelings, and he's doing a decent job right now. Oh, he gets some more connections. He's moving some more defensive Banelings, and the Spine Crawler positioning from Cytoplasm is extraordinary, so he'll be able to use that to his full advantage. Also, he has 2 Queens, which will help him a lot to block that ramp if he needs to later on. But here comes Snute. Now that's too many Banelings. It has to be sure. That's too many Banelings. We'll be able to slip by. 2 of them slip by, and they sacrifice themselves onto the Banelings from Cytoplasm. They get transfused as well, so they survive on full HP. But Snute has too many Zerglings. You'll be able to snipe at least a few drones, and still some Zerglings survive from Snute. Cytoplasm is now falling even farther behind because look, Snute now has 2 Queens for each hatchery, and now he'll be able to produce so many Zerglings and drones that there's no way Cytoplasm can recover from this. Yes, he defeated that push, but look, more and more Zerglings and Banelings are streaming across the map.
I think, Addicted, the biggest issue with Snute's play in that last push was the fact that he did not use the Zerglings to take out the morphing Banelings. He actually went in after the Spine Crawler and the Queen. Yes, that's a valid tactic, but the fact is that if he would have taken out those Banelings while they were morphing, there were only 3 of them. They still had quite a bit of time. He could have actually taken out all the drones. He could have won that game right there, and it looks like Cytoplasm hangs on by tooth and nail. But look, here come the Zerglings, here come the Banelings, and boom, bang, zoom, all the drones are going to get sent to the moon as they all explode, and every drone but one dies. The Queen pops out to try to do a little bit of damage, but dude, there's no more drones. Snute has got nothing but Zerglings and nothing but net. He's going to take the GG, and it looks like he ties this game up 3-3, Addicted. 3-3.
Ace match.
It's the ace match.
Wow, that's pretty sweet.
Dude, that is pretty sweet. Holy crap. What a great game. I mean, that was a really, really cool Zergling game. I mean, that's all it was. Zerglings. Yes, at the end of that game, we did see the transformation into the Roach play, but Roach Warren didn't even finish by the time it was over.
Yeah, I'm just letting those players know that the winner of this next game is the winner of our Best of 7 series, and that will be our new King of the Hill Doves, new or old. And it looks like it's going to be Antigua Shipyard, which is a very popular map in the coming weeks, and since it came out, it was very popular, I have to say.
Well, I gotta say, man, I'm so hyped up for this event. I absolutely... You guys, alright, I saw some things in the chat like, why is this guy yelling the whole time? I effing love StarCraft. I don't know what else to say about it. What else do you want me to say about it? Because there's nothing else to be said. So, you know, I get pretty excited, pretty amped, pretty stoked, and I tell you, dude, ZVZ is one of the most action-packed maps, or action-packed matchups, so who the hell wouldn't get excited, right, Addicted?
Yeah, it's impossible to get it. If you like StarCraft 2 and you're watching these high dynamic games, it's impossible to not get excited because it's in our nature, man. I mean, once people and humans start looking at explosions, you just get excited, you get pumped up, and when there's Bailings at stake, when you see them exploding all over the field, it's like automatically get excited, man. It's crazy.
That's right, man. So let's get this next game going. It's going to be here on Antigua Shipyard, and it looks like Cytoplasm is going to go ahead and take a small breaky here. Now it's ace match, okay? Now this is the situation. I'm gonna throw the ocular implants on for this one, Addicted. The situation is it's ace match time, right? It means that if Cytoplasm does not win this next game, if he does not win this next game, then he will not take any money home. He will lose it all because, yes, coming to week 2 is a little bit of a gamble. And he chose to come to week 2 and try to compete for that $200. And if he wins, he's going to have the choice. And we're going to bring him up on the Skype call. And if Snute wins, we'll bring him up on the Skype call because this is the second to last week of the King of the Hill. And if Cytoplasm wins, you know what that means, Addicted? He'll either continue on to week 3 or he's going to take the $200 and he's going to run with it.
Yeah, and let's see what happens. I mean, it's either one of those players is going to win. I have no idea who it will be. There's no clear advantage for either of those players because they've both played some amazing games. They've had their troubles as well in some games. So it's impossible to predict it at this point. And Antigua Shipyard is a very balanced map. So let's see how it will go down. Let's see if Snute is actually ready. And then we can get this going. And again, big shout out to Twitch TV for sponsoring our event. And guys, make sure once this game is over, we'll make another public announcement on our about our poll on our Team Liquid thread, which you can find at koth.imba.tv, which will redirect you to our Team Liquid page where you can actually say who you want to vote for, and make sure you tune in after this best of 7 is over.
That's right, because we've also got a clan war going on later today. That's something to check out. Now look at this. Cytoplasm is ready. We've got Speed Boost giving the go and Snute giving the good luck, have fun. We're getting this thing going right here, right now, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pros and scrubs, welcome to IMBAtv, where everything is in balance. Holy crap, in a hat being beat by 12-year-olds with baseball bats. Addicted, it's time for the ace match situation. Yes, everything has gone down to this. It's a best of 7 series, Addicted. There's $200 up for grabs for Cytoplasm, $100 up for grabs for Snute. Who's going to be able to take their footing in this next game? Who's going to be able to take the win? Only time can tell. And Addicted, who the hell are these players and where are they?
Well, thus, if you want to know, we have in the 6 o'clock position GL Snute, the red zero player, the challenger for this week's King of the Hill, and his opponent spawning in the 12 o'clock position. That's cross map positions actually we're getting in the Antigua Shipyard. Cytoplasm from Team Alien Invasion. He is the winner from last week. He is the purple Zerg player, and both players are sat on 3 points. So this best of 7 series has come to an ultimate best of 1 because this is the ace match. The winner of this match will be our victor, and our victor, of course, will have the opportunity to either take the money home or continue on to next week to face a new opponent, which will be chosen by the fans.
That's right, because it's community chooses here at IMBAtv, and that's the way we're going to keep it rolling. Now, Addicted, there is about to be a bunch of blood spilt all over Antigua Shipyards right now. Whether it's going to be, whether it's going to be Zergling blood or Roach blood, it's going to happen regardless. Now, Cytoplasm, he's going for the 16 expand once again, and we've seen him go back and forth from this build. Maybe he's got something enabled for this game. It looks like Snute is going to go for the Speedling expand build. As we get rocking and rolling into this, we see the very mirrored movement of the Overlords as they do come across. Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Antigua Shipyard with the Zelnaga Watchtower expansion locations not being high-yield mineral lines. So there will be no quick boot to high yield. I don't know, Addicted. I mean, I feel like we're going to see something very cool in this game. it's just going to be, it's up in the air, man. I mean, both these players know the stress is on their shoulders. Cytoplasm probably stressing out a little bit more since this is his week 2, and he doesn't want to come this far without going home with anything.
Yeah, the nerves are kicking in, aren't they, Duffs? And nerves can cost you the game, and that's something that Cytoplasm needs to keep buried deep inside of him, so he doesn't allow those nerves to shake his fingers, to shake his hands, because that will shake his micro and macro, and in that case, one bailing can cost him the game, so that's definitely something that he doesn't want to happen. And looking at Snute, I've never actually seen Snute go hatch first in this best of 7 series. He always goes for spawning pool first, which is very interesting, and now we're seeing a bailing nest from him, so it's the same sort of aggression that Cytoplasm did, but this time it's going to be implemented by Snute.
It absolutely is, and it looks like Snute goes with that Speedling expand here, and look, I mean, the bailing nest, it's the same type of build structure we've seen from Snute over and over again. I mean, he moves 2 of the drones off the gas, he keeps the 1 on the gas. Now, I like this idea, Addicted, because the fact that you can keep that 1 drone on the gas, so you're going for bailings, you got to have that minimum gas production, you got to be able to pump out those bailings where you need it, and that's why I love the 1 drone on the gas after transferring over to try to get a little bit of a mineral increase or boost. Now, Cytoplasm, he's got his bailing nest down. We've also got Cytoplasm spine crawler down, so it'll be, I'm up in the air about this. I mean, I don't know about the Speedling aggression. I don't think it's going to really pay off too well. The 2 bailings are morphing, but there really aren't any drones out here in the natural expansion middle line. The only payday they're going to hit are these Zerglings that are out. They won't even be able to take out that spine crawler. Let's find out how Snoot's going to be able to do this. Now, he is morphing a few more bailings as well in the background. And look, Cytoplasm, he's so smart, man. He saw it happening, and he pulls back.
Yeah, he has the ramp locked with 2 queens as well, so those bailings are useless right now. They will explode, but they will hardly do any damage to those queens. And Snute, he won't be able to do enough damage. I mean, he takes down the spine crawler, but that's about it. I mean, the drones are safe into the main base. The queens have scared them away, and there's not enough Zerglings to do enough damage right now. They're all on low HP. They might take down 1 drone if they're lucky, but they should be taken down very quickly. And look at that, that drone survives on 1 HP as well, so they don't even take down 1 drone.
What a baller. Now it looks like we will see GL Snute with the double queens out. He is going to be able to move that out, start production very well out here in his natural. He's got his Evo chamber down, and I mean, this game, Addicted, is actually starting to evolve into a macro battle. Let's see if it continues. I'm not gonna open my mouth anymore about that. Let's just root and hope that it does happen. Now, Snute with the double queens out, he's getting ready for any type of aggression that's gonna come across the map. He does not see anything with these overlords, as well as taking these Zerglings and hitting that Zelnagi. He's not gonna see too much coming up, but there will be some Zerglings clashing with his Zerglings here. As Cytoplasm has a bigger number, Snute will be opted to pull back from that. He doesn't want to continue in, and look at that juke. That was pretty sexy.
It was a very nice juke by Snute. A very... well, that's too bad because those Zerglings will die from the spine crawlers anyway, but otherwise, very smart play by him. And looking at Snoot's base, he has a nice position. Oh man, some Zerglings trying to actually snipe his bailings, and they succeed. The bailing does get sniped. So smart play coming down from Cytoplasm at the same time. Looks like he's actually passed by 2 of those... he passed by those queens, and it looks like he actually saw all the tech that was in Snoot's base. But I was about to say, really nice positioning of the evolution chamber and roach warren of Snute, because look how it creates the wall of. So if any Zerglings or bailings decide to pass by anytime soon, it will be a lot harder for them to do so.
It absolutely will. I love the building positioning from Snute. He always does this, though. I mean, we've always seen great building positioning from him, causing more problems for units as they try to rush in. And look, man, I mean, we're getting into the 8-minute mark. We've got layer tech coming down from Snute, and it looks like Roach Warren finishing up for Cytoplasm, but like you mentioned, Snoot's already got his Roach Warren on the way. He's pretty far ahead. Let's look at that economic situation. He is only on 36 drones, but however, he has laid down his 3rd base. So the 3rd base is out. Snoot's going to be able to bring this to the next level, and it looks like the 3rd base does get laid down from Cytoplasm in reaction to seeing the 3rd base down there from Snute. So I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what to call on this, Addicted. I mean, we've got a couple of spine crawlers coming down from Snute. Very important to do, especially if he wants to expand again and keep on growing in the tech. And it looks like he's got his layer tech just about finished up. Layer tech did get started here momentarily from Cytoplasm. Level 1 range attack upgrade coming out for both these players, and it looks like we're going to be moving into that maybe Roach Infester from Cytoplasm. We've seen it before. I don't doubt that we're going to see it again. But what is the idea behind Snute's layer tech? What is he going to utilize that for? Looks like he's going to go in that roach play, man. Galar Reconstitution's on the way.
Well, looking at it, looking at the amount of bases, the unit composition, the tech tree, the upgrades, this is probably the most even game we've had so far. Both players are on 3 bases. They have the same tech. They're getting the similar upgrades, pretty much the same upgrades as well. Both of them are set on layer tech, so I think this is the most even game we had so far. Snute right now trying to get rid of the spirit base from Cytoplasm. He's actually done quite a lot of damage to it, bringing it to half health. But that's not enough to take it down, and it will finish. Both players are now on free base. Snute has actually been mining from his third base for quite a while, now getting his queens as well. Both players getting their Galar Constitution for their roaches and their +2 attack for their roaches as well. So it's shaping to be a really nice mid-game.
Dude, it is, and mid-game is almost crazy to say here at the ZVZ. I mean, we've got tier 2 technology coming down from both these players, level 2 attacks, like you mentioned, and you know, it's looking pretty mirrored as we get into this roach play. I mean, the Overseer's working out so well here for Snute. He's able to make it right up into the main base. He sees all the timings. He sees the animation here on the Roach Warren as well as the Evo Chamber, knowing the upgrades are on the way. And knowing that it's going to be pretty evenly mirrored. Now, taking a look inside Snute's base, he's got the Burrow upgrade underway, and that Burrow upgrade is going to be able to help him out, man. He's going to be able to burrow those roaches down, and if there are no Overseers out for Cytoplasm, then he's going to be able to gain some health, pop them out, and do some nice damage against the roaches from Cytoplasm. Let's see what Cytoplasm's got in play here. He's going to be moving right across the map, and this is a huge roach push. Let's look at that unit counting station. 28 roaches out for Cytoplasm, only 18 roaches out for Snute, but he does have the defender's advantage of being right here in his base on his creep, as well as having those spine crawlers out here. He takes down that changeling that was doing that little bit of scouting. Now the rocks are being worked down on from Cytoplasm. Addicted. Crap's about to hit the fan, man.
Snute knows that, but Snute is on similar supply now. He's had enough time to get enough roaches. 38 roaches against 37 roaches, so it should be a pretty even fight. It's all about the micro now, and like you said, Dust, you were keeping an eye on that burrow. I think that's going to be very useful for Snute right now, because he can micro much easier. He can just burrow the weaker roaches and then unburrow them when they recover the health. Here comes the engagement. Will he actually use that burrow to his advantage, because it has finished? It looks like he's not, which is really bad. He needs to remember that he has burrow finished, so he can burrow those weaker roaches. And right now, Cytoplasm is going head on to the engagement, snipes that spine crawler, and it looks like right now he's highly ahead in supply, but he has a really nice roach concave, as Snute has lost most of his roaches, which is a really bad thing for him. At the same time, we're seeing more roaches being pumped out for Snute. It looks like he's trying to get a nice connection with his own roaches, but now he's even pulling the drones. The drones weren't even attacking for a moment, and Cytoplasm will just clean this up. I think this might even be GG, and all because Snute forgot that he had the burrow upgrade. He didn't micro with the burrow properly. He could have, but he didn't.
Dude, not utilizing that burrow play is absolutely causing a detriment to Snute right now as he tries to heavily defend. Now, more roaches are on the way from Snute. More roaches coming across the map from Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm will be able to take down that third base if he desires it. And it looks like he's just going to keep on pushing. He'll limit the supply numbers here from Snute. And it looks like a big groove of Overlord's going to be moving right overhead to yell at these roaches. Not going to be able to do too much damage there. But, dude, even with the defender's advantage, because, like you mentioned, without Snute using that burrow, utilizing the burrow ability, he calls the GG. And Cytoplasm takes a win in this best of 7 series. He's going to go ahead and join us on the Skype call because Cytoplasm, man, holy crap, ZVZ master right here, able to take down Snute in a very great, I think it was about a 13.5 minute timing push. That was pretty awesome, man. Great play there from Cytoplasm.
Great play indeed, and congrats to Cytoplasm as well, and hopefully we'll get him to the Skype call very soon. And I'm just asking right now, Snute, did you forget you have burrow? Because that was very important, man. I mean, if he would have revealed that burrow in the initial engagement, I think that would have actually scared off his opponent.
You know, yeah, Cytoplasm may have actually backed off from that point, but that's not the way it went down, man. That's not the way it went down at all.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
It's the way that the ZVZ unravels, I guess you could say as well. So, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go away. We're going to be bringing Cytoplasm on the air with us here at IMBAtv. And you know what, man? I gotta throw this out there for Cytoplasm. It's for the win from Mirror Theory. FTW. And Addicted, man. I mean, you watched that whole series. You were here with me the whole time. I was here with you. What do you think? Should Cytoplasm take the 200 and run? Or should he come back next week for week 3 to fight against another community-voted guest?
I think he should come back, yeah. I have a feeling that he will remember the first time we asked him how determined he was and how he answered. He was like, yeah, sure, I'll fight. You don't even have to ask me. Then let me drag him into the Skype convo right now.
Okay.
And see what he has to say.
Sounds good, man. Let's go ahead and add him up in here. It was just a great set of games, man. I mean, ZVZ, action-packed all the way through. We saw a lot of fun from these two guys. And you know what, man? Cytoplasm for the win. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So how you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
Still quite cold down there in Korea?
Yeah, it's pretty cold. But I'm coming to Europe at Monday, so...
Oh, nice, nice. So, well, that's cool, man. And now, you went all the way down to the ace match here in this series. And it was ZVZ all the way. What were your thoughts when you were coming into the ZVZ? Like, when you woke up this morning and started practicing with your games and you were ready for to fight GL Snute, what were your thoughts and how confident were you in your play?
I thought I was gonna lose 4-1 or something.
Is that right?
Yeah. But I tried like to play some ladder and it was like spiking a lot. Ooh. So I know I was gonna do big mistakes in the fights. Like I died like 10 Zerglings a lot to 1 Baneling
and we were yelling about that every step of the way, man. So you know, did you catch much lag in these games of the ZVZ here or just on the ladder?
It was like 1.2 second delay, but okay. the delay is not the one that concerns me. Like it's only the spikes that's really annoying. Like if the game freezes and you're pretty much fucked if you're in a fight.
That makes sense, man. That makes sense, especially in ZVZ where the monotonous flavor just continues to roll through. And we've seen some crazy ZVZs, and I'll tell you, this was probably the best ZVZ series we've seen in a long time. And you know, I got to say GG to GL Snute because he was able to go back and forth with you, matching games every step of the way.
Yeah, he's a really good player. He's like one of the top Zergs in Europe, in my opinion. So that's why I thought I would lose.
Right. Addicted. You got any, you want to go ahead and take this interview on the way?
Sure, I mean, I can only remember a few things going back to the game now because I was shouting so much at Balins exploding everywhere, but I remember on winter at Belstrider Beach, you went for this really nice timing push with Zerglings and Balins. Was that something that you've practiced a lot?
No, I don't practice CVC at all. I just do something random and hope it works.
Is that how CVC works? You do something random and it works?
No, I have like 2 main builds, but I think Snute like pretty much knows them. So I just made like some random, like in game 2 where he tried to all-in me with like a 10-pull burning bust. Like yeah. I thought that he was thinking that I would do my like normal build, like 16 hatch and 16 pull, and banelings like before speed. So I just opened like 14-14 and hoped he would do like some kind of all-in. But yeah, it worked out. But I wasn't confident. No.
Confidence, man, that's the key to success, and now you know that you can beat Snute because you just did, and congratulations to you. And I remember on Tather Motor you went for a very early pull. I think it was a 9 or a 10 pull, but then you didn't. Initially, after it finished, you made a few drones instead of making a lot of Zerglings. And why did you make the early pull? Did you think that Snute would attack you very early?
Did I do drones? Are you sure? I don't remember, but my plan was like he's a really aggressive player, and I thought he was doing like the 14-14 opening but he only made like 4 links and banelings, and he didn't go for an expansion at all. So my plan was to like take him off guard. Like if he goes out of the map, I get speed link before him, and then I can pick off a lot of Zerglings and like do a counter attack. But it didn't work out as I planned at all. And then he had banelings, and the game spiked when I attacked, so I died like 10 Zerglings or something. So that game was a total failure.
Well, that's the way it goes. Hey, at least you can laugh about it, right? I mean, it's not like, oh, you know, raging about it. No, it's nice. I mean, you got a great attitude, Cytoplasm, and we've seen you do some great things. And you know, it's that time where we've got to ask you: do you want the community to decide whether you stay and fight for week number 3, or do you want to decide? Are you going to take the money and run, or are you gonna continue to fight?
I want to stay, of course.
Well, he wants to stay, folks, so he's going to go ahead and make that decision known to you right now. He's going to stay. He's going to fight. So you guys, the poll will be live here in about half an hour, Addicted, on KOTH.IMBA.tv. Once again, that's KOTH.IMBA.tv, and you guys will be able to vote on who Cytoplasm is going to be facing in the next week's competition. And that'll be the 4th and final week. And, you know, you're going to be competing for a total of $300, man.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
Cool stuff. You got any shout-outs, anything you want to say out there to your fans, or your followers?
Yeah, as always, I'm grateful for all the fans that supporting me, and for my team, and for you hosting this tournament for King of the Hill.
Well, man, we're going to keep the King of the Hill going. We got to say thanks right now to Twitch.tv for actually donating and supporting and sponsoring this event, because without it, man, we wouldn't be able to keep it as consistent as it is. So big thumbs up to them. And thanks out there to all the viewers, all you guys and gals, everybody watching the VODs. Come back next week, next Thursday, because it's going to be time for a head-to-head best of 7 final season, or actually final week of the season 2 of the King of the Hill. Anybody else got any questions for Cytoplasm while he's here hanging out with us?
Cytoplasm, what is Addicted playing?
Huh?
You just got to throw those curveballs for us. What are you doing, man?
Yeah, it's an amazing matchup today. Cytoplasm, you did a good job. And you should get an EU account, because I can't cast you and I really want to cast you.
Yeah, I'm coming to Europe on Monday, so...
What's the events are you playing in next week? Live events, because you're coming back to that, aren't you?
I will first stay at my manager's place in Germany, and then I will go to Copenhagen Games in April. And then I will play Swedish Championship DreamHack.
So you've been in Korea for a few months now. I mean, are you happy coming back into Europe finally?
Yeah, it's gonna be nice to see my parents and see all my friends. But I'm planning to try to go back to Korea after, like, in June.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well, good luck in Denmark, good luck in Sweden as well. And I hope you play your best like you are now and show some kicking ass forms and just play well, man. And I know it's really late in Korea, so I won't hold you up any longer. And thanks for playing, man. Big shout out to you, and hopefully you get more support out there and more publicity to the fans to see you play more. And thanks for playing. We'll see you next week.
That's right.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
All right. See you later, Cytoplasm. Thanks again. You're the man. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in an hour and a half, we've got another series coming up. It's going to be a clan war, and it's going to be an infused clan war. It's going to be a team-infused charity show match going down in an hour and a half. So be sure to be here, or we'll call you square. Those are my kind words. So yeah, we'll see you guys in an hour and a half. Much love, and check us then. Let me go ahead and get this going. If you want to say your goodbyes, Addicted, well, for now anyway.
See you later, alligator.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and kick Addicted off the team now.
Yes, yes, finally.
Alright, we'll see you guys in the next hour and a half, so stay frosty, my Ambulonians!